Hi everyone, I hope everybody is having a beautiful summer here in Toronto where I am. It's really hot, really hot. My name is Claudia Quintanilla and I'm a knitwear designer, and today we are in the 5th episode of our knit along, and I know a lot of you have already finished, and hopefully I can catch up with you guys at this point, but I want to show you where I am in my projects. I want to show you the gifts and I want to show you what I'm working on it. In this video, we're going to be seeing a couple of things that they're important to know. They're actually really important, and it's how to block your t-shirt and how to weave the ends. Why is that important? Well, it's very important because if you have a beautiful dress like the one I'm wearing today, but I didn't iron, this dress wouldn't be looking that fantastic. It's the same with your knitting. I'm not saying to iron your knitting, but it's a way that you can make your knitting look as if you have ironed it. And today we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to talk about how to weave the ends when you've been working with cotton, because I think cotton behave a little bit different than wool. Cotton doesn't like to stick like wool, so you have to do a little bit more of knot and weaving in, than you are sure 100% that doesn't gonna unravel. And then we're going to be talking about a third thing that is very risky, but I really want to show you. And it's how we can fix a problem when the problem is in the beginning of your knitting and your top was done top down. So I finished my top and I don't like how the top look. I don't like how the neck look. So in one video over here, I'm going to be showing you how to do that, how we're going to cut the neck, and we're going to start again to do the short rods and to do the neck, the bind off of that neck in the opposite way. So this is going to be a stressful video for me because I'm going to be cutting my t-shirt, and my t-shirt is already finished here without blocking, and so it's going to be a little bit of a chance to take. If I ruin it, I ruin it, but I really want to do this with you because I think it's something that frustrates a lot of knitters. They have their whole piece done and they're like everything, and they have invested 3 months, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, but they have invested time and they actually like the body, but they don't like the neck. How to go back to that part where you don't like and how you can fix it. More than how to go back is how I can fix it in a way that look beautiful and flawless there. We're going to be showing some of the gifts that people are going to be getting for having participated in the knit along. To participate in the knit along, you don't need to finish the t-shirt. You just need to post your t-shirt in Ravelry and make us comments and ask us questions, and that is good enough for you to participate. So by the end of this show today, I'm going to be showing you some of the prizes. I think I just have 2 of those prizes, but I have another prize for you for all the people who are registering to my channel, because my channel is really new. It was there, but I wasn't really using it. So I have a big gift for all the people who get registered, and that is like 20 skeins of yards that I've been collecting for years and that I absolutely love, but then I know that I don't want to be knitting with them because I have too many projects in the go right now and too many plans done. By the time I'm done with them, you're probably going to have finished the 20 balls of yards that I have here. So please stay to the end and I can show you the gifts too. So I want to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I finished my shirt and it is in the small size because, as you know, in my last episode I showed you that I have 2, but I finished number 1 that is in a small size, and I got confused. The another one is in the medium size, so this one doesn't really fit me as good as I would like, but it's almost done. And this one is like having been blocked because I want to talk to you about blocking. I really like the colors. I think the colors look really good on eye, and I'm super sad that doesn't fit me. It fit me, but it fit me really tight, and I don't know. In the next episode, I'm going to be showing it to you how it look. I'm gonna put it on even if it's no my size. I think it still fit me a little tight, and so if I wear like a nice skirt with it, it probably would be okay because haven't been blocked yet. So this is the one that I finished. But now I'm working in another one because remember that a lot of people have done the striped tee before, so I put another t-shirt for people who want to do something different, and I put another very simple t-shirt that is done with raglan, so almost all the indications are the same. It's a few different things in that t-shirt, and that's called Dear Ines. And I have to tell you where the name came because it is meaningful to me. And usually people ask me, oh, where you got the idea, where you got inspired. And I'm going to tell you because it's sweet. I went to school with nuns when I was a little girl, and all my life in school I wear a uniform. And my uniform was white with blue. So that's why Dear Ines is in white and blue. And the another reason why it's called Dear Ines is because my teacher, the teacher that was in charge of me, was a nun, and her name was Sorry Ines. And so I call it Dear Ines in name of this woman that I met when I was a little child and was a big part of my education in the school where I went. So that's why it's called Dear Ines. The name of my school was Ines too. So I went to a school called Santa Ines when I was a tiny kid, and my teacher was named Ines. So I find that these blue and white colors that honor them, and I wear it so much over my childhood because it was my uniform. So there you have it. That's why it's called Dear Ines. And so I start my own Dear Ines, but this time I really want to feed on it, and I'm doing it for myself, and it's in colors that I really like. And I was inspired on the colors, and one of you who already finished it, I don't know your name and I don't have it here, but I saw it on Instagram, and somebody have made Dear Ines in red and white, and I thought, oh my God, she looked so good with it. So I went, I copied her, and I got my red and my white yarn, and here it is. I have started my Dear Ines, but my Dear Ines is going to be a little bit different because my Dear Ines is with one straight of fingering. Then I'm going to show you which yarn this is. This is a cashmere, and this new company is from Canada, so I'm going to be showing you that in the end. I'm going to leave you the name here. So I'm using a fingering, then it's cashmere 100%, and I'm using a straight of mohair lace to get to be a decay. So this is going to be a little bit warmer. And I'm planning to do some swishes in the sleeve. I'm planning to make the sleeve a bit longer than I can wear it in the autumn time. And I'm allergic to mohair, but for some reason, when I need it, I get bothered a lot. But when I wear it, it's a bit easier, maybe because I already have washed it a number of times or rinsed it a number of times. So my Dear Ines is here, and I am fascinated with the colors. I love white and red, and I probably going to have it half done by the next episode. I think we're going to have 1 or 2 episodes more of this because we're going to start another knit along, and in the end I'm going to invite you to that. It's going to be a super short knit along, probably like few weeks. It's a super small project, but we're having a big project come for a knit along that I really would like all of you to participate because it's going to be humongously special. I don't going to talk about it yet because let's finish this one first. But today I'm going to be showing you in the table how I weave my ends, and I'm going to explain you how I block my sweater, and I'm going to show you how I cut the neck of my sweater to fix it to what I want. The neck is not bad right now, but I want to move the short rods a bit to make it make the stripe look better. I think my stripe look too pulled to here, so I want the white part to drop more, and I want the brown part to drop more, and I want to see more of the white part. So let's go to the table and see all of these things. In terms of blocking your piece, I don't like to block my things really aggressively. It's with a section. I block things really aggressively if they have a problem in one side and I want to pull one side more than the other one. And that doesn't happen that often, but sometimes you have like an emergency and you have to just like block it extreme. I don't like to block things extreme. I think they lose a lot of that natural feeling of being done by hand. I mean, when you block extreme, things that look more smooth, but I think they lose that history that your hands give to the knitting, that love, that stitch that is a bit not perfect and a little bit puffier. Anyways, so how I going to block or how I going to wash my t-shirt. This is very important to give the final size and to give like a nice looking finish. So I'm going to put my t-shirt in a bucket with water. The water is not going to be very cold and it's not going to be hot. It's going to be in the middle. A bit of hot water would be nice in the cold water. Then I'm going to use a soap for wool. Sometimes when I don't have any soap for wool, I just put like a little bit of shampoo, like super little of shampoo, maybe like a dime, and I just dissolve it in a little bit of water, and I just gonna leave it, or I just leave my thing there for like about 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. And if you're using any yarn that was like a yarn that wasn't industrially made, please keep your eye on it because the colors sometimes bleed. And if you take it out quickly and the water wasn't that warm, it doesn't gonna generate that much problems. We will hope blue tend to be problematic, red tend to be a bit problematic. But if you do it quick and you stay vigilant, this doesn't going to stain that terrible. So please be vigilant if you're using a yarn that is hand-dyed yarn. If you're using an industrial yarn, it's very rare that they bleed, but they bleed too. So I'm just gonna leave it there for 15 minutes. I'm going to be seeing a couple of times and nothing is happening there. And I'm gonna make sure that I don't forget and leave it there for 2 days in the washroom, and then it's going to be no good. So after 15 or 20 minutes have passed, I'm going to go and retire the water gently and with my hands. And then I'm gonna get a couple of towels and lie this flat in my towels and then roll it up in the towels, and then I'm going to step on it because I have really bad hands. I don't do it with my hands. I just step gently on it until all the water come out. Then I'm going to stretch the stitches gently to the direction that I want them to stretch, making sure that all the yarn get into like a good path, then all the yarn get better distribution, because by pulling it a bit, yarn is going to get into a better place. So, and then I just going to leave it to lie down flat in a place that is no like another towel. You can put like a plastic, would be better than a towel, because if you leave a towel, it's gonna take way longer to dry. So I could leave it in something like a plastic bag, or like they sell these things in Canadian Tire if you're in Canada, or I don't know, maybe Walmart if you're in somewhere else. Play mats. You can get a play mat and then you can lie your sweater or your t-shirt in that play mat and just let it to dry. What I do is, because I have very little space in my house, I get myself a big fan and I put a fan in front of my t-shirt, then it dries faster. I don't going to pin this t-shirt because I don't want any like, it's no lace, it's just like a t-shirt. I just want it to look like it been ironed. I don't want it to look like it been stretched or anything like that. I'm just gonna leave it flat there. If you use the fan like I do, you may need to put a couple of pins here and there, that doesn't fly away. Although this doesn't gonna fly away because it's heavy enough that doesn't going to just like go somewhere. Like if it was more hair, it would be flying all over the place. So I'm just gonna leave it there lying down flat to dry. And so that's all I'm going to do in terms of blocking or washing my t-shirt or making it look like it's been ironed. Another thing you can do, if you don't want to do that, you can give a good steam to it. I really don't believe in the good steam, but that's what some people do. And if you're happy with that, you can just give a good steam, like a very, very good steam to it. But I think the yarn doesn't going to fully bloom during you don't put it in water. That is my experience and my opinion. I know that some people just rather steam it. So if you're just happy with steaming it, just steam it. But that's what I'm going to do with mine, and I'm going to show you next time how that look. The only thing we're going to need for this step is we're going to need a tapestry needle and scissors. So the part that is very important when I'm going to whip my ends is to do it in the opposite direction. If this is the direction that my thread is going, I'm going to do it in the opposite direction than that, close a little bit of the hole that is in here, and it make it more secure. So I'm going to thread my needle, and I'm going to go one by one of the white ones in this case. Here you can do just by checking in the back if you can notice it or you cannot notice it. I know I don't want to notice it if I do it in here. In the front it's going to be semi-invisible, but because this is cotton, I don't feel really relaxed about just weaving it in. I always do a little knot in one of these stitches, and I make it really hard because I'm scared that the cotton is going to come out. And because cotton doesn't stay as wool, it doesn't get glued to the knitting. So I go longer, and I always do a little bit of a knot somewhere there. Then I feel more relaxed about making sure that it's going to stay. And I want to see how it look in the back. You cannot see it in the back. So when you're doing this, please do check always in the front how it's looking. Is this noticeable or is not noticeable? It's another ways to do it. I mean, when I do it in my knitting, I usually do it this way. I'm gonna show you the another way that I weave it in. I go one up, and you know what? It's a hair of mine here that is bothering me. I go one up, and I'm going to go one down. So I think I did this one down now, and up, and down, and up, and I'm gonna go in the front and see how that look. So if it's not noticeable, that's okay. And so you can either do it straight, the way I did it in here, or you can go up and down. I'm still going to do a little knot in here because I'm not 100% sure that this doesn't gonna come out. And so I do a little loop, and I go inside the loop, and I tighten it up as much as I can to make like a very flat knot. And I'm going to continue to weave it in because I like to make sure that it's going to last me forever. This is going to be something that I have never done in a camera, but I really think it's very important for you to understand how to do this, because it can be really helpful in a project that you have finished and you want just to redo the top. So I'm not very happy the way my short rods landed here. I don't think it look nice starting in here. I want to move it to here. So I'm going to undo all of this, and then I'm going to go back and do the raglan again. In this case, instead to increase like I was doing when I was going this direction, I'm going to be decreasing because I'm going the opposite direction, and the short rods instead to start in here, they're going to start in the front. So let's get done with this. So I'm going to go in this fashion until I get to the end, and when this get too long, I cut it to make it easier. Basically, I'm getting rid of the line that is in the top of the one where I want to cache my knitting. So I have put the needles back in my work, and now I just want to explain you something that is going to happen. What is going to happen is that the short rods, I put this click here where I want to have my short rods. I need another two in here, but I know where they're going, another two, because it's going to be four short rods here. So I leave this as a mark, and what is going to happen this time is that I'm going to start my short rods here in the front, not in here, because we go in the opposite way, and it's the same with this. And instead to increase, because I'm not going this direction, I'm going to be decreasing. So let's start. Some of my stitches are twisted, and so I just try to fix them here. Slip the marker, and this one gonna escape. The stitches that look recline to the markers. Now I'm going to do my short rods in a normal way. I'm just going to get to the next point, and I'm going to turn there. Here I have to decrease again. And because it's a marker here, would be another rod, I don't going to do the decreases. I'm going to do it in the another short rod when I'm in my direction back. Right? And approaching my first short rod here, the one that is could be in the front part of the neck, and I mark it here to make sure that I don't make a mistake. My short rods are probably a little different than the ones in the pattern because I want to place them different, but this anyways is the way I would do it. So my German short rod really tight because I want this to look really nice, and I'm just gonna go back all the way, and I'm going to be doing this four times. So here I'm getting to my marker, and remember that I have to do the creases here, no? So I'm gonna knit two together. I'm gonna knit two together to the crease. I'm gonna slip the marker, knit the two in the middle. This marker was moved a bit, so it was in the wrong place. And now I'm just going to do my two SSK to the crease. So we have done the creases, and instead to do increases here, between the markers. And now we're gonna go to the next short row. And that's how we're gonna keep going. Now I'm gonna keep going this manner until I complete my short rows, and then I'm just gonna cast off in a purlwise. For the people who don't have registered yet, I want to show you the jar that is in the prices. People been asking me which jars are those and which quantities. Well, I'm going to show you some of them because I cannot show all of them because it's going to take too long. Some of them I don't know the names, so I'm going to show you the ones that come easy to my hand. We have this beautiful fingering by La Bien Amie in one of my favorite colors, pink. And we have this another beautiful jar that is Canadian and is Asian jars. And this one we have 3 balls because I want you to be able to make something with it. So I put all the ones that I have, and it's a nice decay and I really like it. It's like a pure 100% gold. And then I have this one by Sonja's jar. I think this one is from Quebec and it's beautiful and gray. And again, it's enough quantity for you guys to be making something with it, probably even a sweater, because it's a fingering and I think it's like about 400. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's a decay, but it's 25% BFL and 25% matcha. So it's a very good jar and a very beautiful gray that can be done into a lot of beautiful things or combined with another color if you want to do some color work. And now I'm going to just show you a few more just because it's not enough time for all of them. This jar, I discovered this jar and I absolutely loved it. And it's called, I don't know how to say it, Louis Robot. And this one is from Quebec. And this is left from one of the sweaters that I made for my new book that is coming out this autumn. And this jar was beautiful. Not just the color, the feeling of this jar was fantastic. And it's a Canadian and it's one left from my sweater. And I think this is 400 jar and it's a lace. Another jar that I was very impressed that is Canadian, and I want to show you the Canadian ones because I love them so much. And this is Cozy Jars, and this is left from a project that I did with it that is coming out soon and it's a best, and was left this one. So here is in the pile of the 20. I have this jar that is very beautiful and it's Canadian too, and it's hand dyed, and I absolutely love these oranges on it. And the name is Fibrani, I think. And we have a couple of those. And I have a beautiful jar that is not Canadian, and that's the last one I'm going to show you here. And it's this beautiful jar from Chile, from Isabel Margarita. She gave this to me, and the colors are gorgeous and beautiful. So I want to give this to you. Her jar and her colors are gorgeous. You can see this beautiful pale yellow there with these sparkles here. It's very beautiful. So that's all I'm gonna show you from the jar that is going to the gift. It's more because it's 20 of them. I think it's 21. So please subscribe, then you can participate. I think the rifa is going to be like in about 2 weeks. So if you see this video before, subscribe, then you can win this big prize. And no matter where you are, if you win it, we will send it to you. The only thing I don't know how is the taxes are where you are. That I have no idea, but I made myself responsible for the shipping and from sending you this jar that I actually have in my stash for a really long time. I hope that whoever win it really enjoyed it and made beautiful things with it. For the prices of the needle alone, I'm just going to show you 1 or 2 because I'm going to show you the rest next time. And I want everybody, absolutely everybody, to have a prize. So I have a surprise for you in the final episode. And one of the prizes that if you have registered or if you haven't registered, if you register in the needle alone, one of the prizes is a set of the Chaigu needles. And it's a very nice set because it's a complete set. And it's have all the needles that you need to have with you. And here is the set. It's the set, it's the large, and it's missing the small ones because I brought the wrong set, but actually have all the numbers. I think it's like about 10 or 12 needles on it. So this is one of the gifts. For the knit along, please register in Ravelry. Even if you haven't finished your project, even if you just thinking to do it and you have the yarn that you're gonna use, with that you can register and be part of our Raifa of the childhood set and all another gifts that we're going to be having. I think a couple of books and a couple of gift cards. The gift card from the knitting store will allow you to choose any yarn you like, from Knitting for Olive, Filolana, or any yarn that is your favorite one, Sengar. So we will have 2 gift cards for everybody who participate too. I just want to say thank you for having stayed to the end of my video. I'm so grateful that you're watching it. I'm so grateful for your comments, for the people who registered. I send you a big hug to all of you, and I hope that you're having a beautiful summer where it's summer, and a beautiful winter where it's winter, or a beautiful whatever is, how you say, whatever time of the year it is. Thanks for staying to the end, and see you in the next one.